Welcome, you guys. Um, Lots going on, isn't there? Lots going on. There's um, so much just activity on the planet, you know. So tonight we're gonna talk about being with what is, and I there's a lot of concern on the planet. I had a conversation with my son, and he's in London, and I said, you know, what's happening over there? And he said, nothing, Dad. They really haven't begun all of what's happening here, and which is kind of interesting. So I shared that with a few people. I've been a lot of today in contemplation. It seems that often in our lives, when you know the proverbial shit hits the fan, we don't see that until later, that there was a gift in it. Often, you know, we've all had things go sideways, in small ways, in big ways. We've had things go sideways, and we've thought, my God, this is the worst thing that could ever happen. And then later we're like, wow, thank God that happened, you know. Now, what's happening in our world right now, it may be a little more difficult to see the gift in it. Lots of people are not going to get their way, you know, or having their kind of imagined realities changed in a big way, and so it's going to be hard for people, because you know, we are so accustomed to knowing or thinking that we know where we're going, or thinking that we know what's going on, and this is just shaking the whole foundation up, you know. And it's like, oh, and our mind immediately goes to, this must be bad, this must be wrong. And when we're in bad or wrong, we're not accepting what's happening in the moment. So the only peace that can come right now is from accepting what's happening right now. Can you imagine Nelson Mandela's world totally upside down? You know, he was put in jail, and he spent years and years in jail. I mean, you couldn't have it any worse. And he stayed with what was, and accepted what was happening, made friends with the guards. He left there without any anger, without any resentment, and went on to effect such change on the planet, you know. And so I encourage us to look at what's happening, and see how fragile our system is. You know, was it Osho that said civilization was like an island in the forest, you know, and that nature could kind of just overtake us, and we're pretty fragile. And it's nice for us to see that. And to grasp our fragility, and recognize that our true power comes in the moment, in our relationship with our higher power, relationship with God, relationship with universal intelligence. We desperately hang on to how we want things to be, and the harder we hang on to it, you know, the more it hurts as we break apart. We can all see so many examples in our life. We've been in a relationship maybe, and we hung on to that relationship, or you know, or we've lost a child, and we've seen, oh my, you know, the desperate feelings that happen around that, and the pain that comes from surrendering in each moment. And so there's going to be a huge need for us to lead with surrender, with calm, and with acceptance. Letting go is easy when things are going our way, you know, perceived our way. We don't even know what our way is. You know, we think we know what we should be having or getting while we're on the planet. We think we know what our lessons are supposed to be. Hi, Anne. Nice to see you. But what do we know? Not so much. So here we are in the middle of, huge opportunity to bring ourselves into acceptance, into love, into surrender, and to watch how fear can take us out of the moment. Fear can really be very difficult, can it? So I'm suggesting that we give thanks. We say, okay, this is it, whatever it is, and be with it, and move forward, in each moment with calm and acceptance, and be that pillar in our community of calm and acceptance. And how do we get there? How do we get to see ourselves in each moment? I mean, this is a beautiful vehicle for awakening. It really is. It's a beautiful vehicle for awakening. What do we think is supposed to happen in this planet? We all die. My grandfather used to say that nobody puts a U-Haul trailer behind a hearse. We're all not going to be here one day. Everything is change, and we cannot hold on to this moment. We have to surrender, and then we can actually live in each moment in bliss, because we've learned, we've experienced the fragility of life. I had a friend here visiting last night. We had dinner here last night. We had a small potluck, and it was great, and it was beautiful, actually, and at the potluck last night, my friend who was here, I asked him if he meditated, and he said, yeah. I said, wow, tell us about your meditation. And we were kind of a group of people who know each other really well, and Mark was here, and Mark, not everybody knew Mark very well, and he said he meditates for an hour in the morning and an hour at night. I love that. It's like, because meditation is so sweet. Well, in the beginning, when we're meditating, the mind is busy, and it can seem a bit like a struggle. But with practice, hey Rick, glad you're here. With practice, it gets so we drop into this sweet spot with meditation. And I had a guy today who said, he said, I don't know about your spirituality, David. You're all about meditation. He said, you're like a chapters version of spirituality, and too much meditation. And may so if you can sit with us for a little while, that would be awesome. And I think, would you guys be okay if we meditate for 15 minutes? And I'm going to, maybe for 3 or 4 minutes when we drop in, I'm going to talk a little bit about, putting love out into our community, love out into the world, and then we'll sit in silence for about 10 minutes. But hey, Jennifer. So that's what I'm thinking, is we'll meditate together for about 15 minutes or so, and see. Yeah. You guys okay with that? Yeah. Yes, Jennifer. Hi, you made it. I'm glad. So we're just going to meditate for a minute. We talked a bit earlier about having acceptance for each moment. So isn't it an interesting world we live in, how fragile it is? And the illusion that we had have you got the gong? No. That we're...
I can grab it.
No, it's okay. The illusion that that everything is permanent. The illusion of permanence. Okay, you guys. Hey, Lori Dillon. Hey, girl. I'm so glad you're here. So we're going to meditate together, and so everybody get in a comfortable position, and if some of you are not regular meditators, 15 minutes may seem like a long time, but just stick with it. Just stick with it, and we're going to try to really bring our vibrations all together, and All right, if you're ready, we'll just start right now. Hopefully you can all hear me well. Actually, this little spot that I'm sitting in is where I do a lot of my meditation. I have those little meditation stools, but since I damaged my knee, it isn't not working yet. The knee's taking a long time to heal. So just use your breath to drop down inside. Breath is just such a beautiful highway into the moment. Just breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Anytime during the meditation, if something, dramatic comes up to take you away, some amazing, important thought that just wreaks havoc in your mind, come back to your breath. Breath will bring us back to the moment. All the action is here in this moment. So, as we breathe, as we sit here with our eyes closed, dropping into our bodies, into our space, just want to bring our attention to the events of our world around us and how many of us are very disconcerted, maybe in fear, confusion, maybe feeling anger, maybe imagining this shouldn't be happening, or that somebody should be doing something other than they are to prevent it from happening. All of the thoughts of how things should be different. I want you to use those thoughts, because other than a few things that are within our power, like, some preparation for a bit of a homestay or that kind of thing, we have very, very little control over anything outside of us. And so any time that we spend focused there is not in the moment. It's focusing on the illusion. It's focusing on stuff outside of our control. And our old serenity prayer says, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. What a powerful prayer. Acceptance in each moment is the key. Resistance and anger and imagining that things should be different, or wanting or desire, takes us out of the moment. And those things age us. Those things cause friction and upset in our bodies and in our families. Being with what is the key to the moment. Acceptance is the answer to all the situations that are happening. Like I said, that doesn't mean we're not prepared. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't help our friends. Doesn't mean that we shouldn't make phone calls and send love. Or spend hours in meditation sending love to our community, to our families. Those things are super appropriate. And those are within our reach to be in the loving way with everybody around us, well within our reach. So let's do that right now. We're in acceptance. We're here. We're in this moment. Just relax your body. Relax your shoulders. Relax your jaw. Just let it drop. Just even relax your sphincter. Just don't be so tight. Just let it all go. Just feel your belly drop. So we can hold all that tension in our chest, our shoulders, our feet, our hands. Just let it all go. Be here now. Breathe. Follow the breath. As we go into this time of quiet, just imagine for a minute that we're sending love. Whatever love looks like, maybe to you, love is a big ball of light. Love is just bringing your thoughts in a caring way. We're sending love to our families, wherever they may be all over the world, to our extended families, to our various communities that we're connected to and supported by, that we support. We're sending love and caring to all those that are super concerned about the moment, who are living in fear. Let's bring our calm into their worlds. Let's imagine that we're surrounding our city with light and love, our whole community, whatever city you happen to be in. Just imagine your love, huge, filling the room, filling your block, your love filling your whole city, moving into everybody's heart. Your love is huge. Just imagine your calming, caring, acceptance and love. Reaching out to your family, your community, your city, your country, all around the world. We surround this world in love. We encourage calm with our love. So as we take the next little while just to sit quietly, if any thoughts come, just replace them with love. Love is now. Love is in this moment. God is love. What would love do? Be the love. You are love. Remember to breathe. Remember, we're all in this together. Nobody's alone. We're all together in love. In the meditation, I'd suggested that we send love out to, our families and our communities, and I'd also like to, as we go forward into these next few days, for us to continually think of people who are really stressed over the situation. One thing for us to be in acceptance and be of a consciousness where we can recognize the impermanence of life and be okay with that. Every one of us knows that, we're just passing through. But lots of people aren't okay with that. Lots of people are really stressed. So think of them. Think of young families. There's lots of young families with young children, or, young women that are pregnant and really concerned, or the elderly that are, holed up in their homes. So, make those phone calls. Talk to them and send them love, Tell them that everything is okay. This will pass. This will pass. And that panic or upsetness is the enemy. Really, fear is the enemy. To stay calm and for us to show that calm as we go forward, and just a few, and also the people that are in the service industries. I was at the grocery store, and those people are just working their butts off, to make sure that the shelves are full for us, and keep mindful of them. And the people that are in the hospitals and in the seniors' homes, and that are looking after our people for us. Keep mindful of them as well, and send them love and lots of energy. And just, the key here is acceptance, surrender, love, and recognizing this is a key time to see that all of our identities are an illusion, that we're not who we think we are. We're not who we're trying to be. We are just these beautiful beings. We are being. We are one. We are the I am, not the I am something. Thank you, Anne. Love to hear that. So, yeah, that's the message tonight. We're not going to be together a long time tonight, but the message is to send love. Just make a list. Literally, get off this this call tonight or this Facebook Live, and make a list of all of the people that are that are out there supporting us, and send love to them on a regular basis in your meditation, and all the people that you think are in a panic or upset or scared, make those phone calls and talk to them and let them know this will pass. I think that's how we be mature. I think being mature is recognizing that life is change. Life is nothing, there's nothing permanent here. Nothing permanent. It's passing. We're passing through. And to surrender our identities, our attachments to our stuff. Yeah. And if people don't have food, bring them food. If people need a place to live, give them a place to live. Let's be community and share our love with all those around us. So that's my message for tonight, and our meditation. Practice it. Use this as an opportunity. If fear comes up, it's a highway into the moment. If complaint comes up, if judgment comes up, use those things to be present. In this moment, it all disappears. In the moment of love, if you've read any Hawkins, David Hawkins talks about, being in a vibration of unconditional love. And when we're in unconditional love, all the fear disappears, all the complaint disappears. We're in unconditional love, and you can be there in each moment. Focus on that as where you'd like to live, is unconditional love. And just drops away all the perceived problems. Thanks, Jennifer. So, love you guys. Be here now. Grab some, if you'd like, I have some suggestions. I've been listening to Muji lately, like literally. We've got time. Use this time to work on ourselves, do our inner work. Maybe not so much Netflix. YouTube has got some, listen to Muji. My gosh, I really got a lot from him this year. Just a ton from Muji, and read David Hawkins. Discover your inner world. That's where all the power is. Hawkins' first book was Power versus Force. Read Eckhart Tolle again. Read the autobiography of a yogi again. Get Stephen Mitchell's the Bhagavad Gita. I think I have it here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Yeah, the Bhagavad Gita. It's a beautiful book. And you can get all of this on Audible. So what a great time to do our inner work is this time right now. We've all been talking about the 10-day Vipassana. It's here. It's just come to us. So use this time to go inside. And I'm available to chat. I'm available for you to come and visit if you're in town, or it doesn't matter where you are. We can do FaceTime. And if fear is coming in really strong, call me. We can talk about it. If you're in addiction or alcoholism and you're afraid that you're going to drink or you're going to use, call me, and we can talk about it. And these are moments of the great possibilities of growth, great opportunities for us to go deep inside. So let's do that. And again, remember the people around us. Share love, even if it's quietly, even if they don't know we're doing it. Just share love with all the caregivers that are working tirelessly. The government people. I think of, some of the government people in leadership, if they sit with their experts and hear the worst case scenarios, must scare the shit out of them. I think, and so let's, send our love to them as well, whether we're, they're in our line of thinking or not, or whether they're conservative or liberal or Democrat or Republican or whatever. It doesn't really matter. They're now in, at the head of the needle. They're the head of the spear, and they need our support. They need our love. So let's do that for everyone. Okay, you guys, love you so much. Thank you so much for dropping by. Love it if you share this. And if you feel to, usually we do this at the church, and people throw a few bucks in the pot, and I'm doing this full time. This is my life, and if you feel to contribute in any way, thank you. But that would keeps the wolf away. I'm living an experiment actually, where I'm just every day putting myself in service, and as opposed to trying to manage the show or trying to I'm just not managing anymore. I've turned it over to my higher power, to God as I understand Him, my new employer, if anything that comes to you to look after us in any way with it, I appreciate that. Thanks, Kathy. Okay, love you guys. Really, really, really. Call anytime, and we'll be doing this again next Monday night. And just one more thing. The weekend we were going to do this thing on Saturday. This a whole day of awakening, and we're going to postpone it. We've actually, I think, got the last weekend in May booked now. We booked the last weekend in May, the last Saturday in May. Okay, love you. We'll talk soon. Bye. Thank you.